to a mother's song or the rattle of silver on bone. I woke to the weight of a heavy air, to the secrets the floorboards own. The walls were tall and the windows thin, like paper skin on a ghost. I learned to live in the spaces between, where the darkness gathers the most. I was not born to the howl, I was born to the hush, to the language of shining, to doors closing softer than truth. I learned the map of a room before I learned my own pulse. Yeah, I was raised by silence in the cradle of the vault. There's a grammar in a bated breath, a syntax in the way they stand. I studied the slant of a cooling light, like a stranger in a foreign land. Love was a thing you earned by stealth, by staying small and in the fold. A quiet child is a safe child, or so the story's always told. Hyper-aware of the settling dust, of the way the tea steam curls. I was the architect of the void in a house of glass and pearls. Don't make a sound, don't leave a mark, don't let the spirit spill. If you never speak, they can't hear the vacuum's perfectly still. I was not born to the howl, I was born to the hush, to the language of shining, to doors closing softer than truth. I learned the map of a room before I learned my own pulse. Yeah, I was raised by silence in the cradle of the vault. Is there a voice beneath the noise? Is there a scream inside the skin? The silence isn't empty, no, it's just where the teeth begin. It's a character, it's a phantom, it's the only friend I've known. The wolf heart waiting for the moon, in a kingdom made of stone. Raised by silence, born to the hush, softer than truth. settles on my skin. I watch the horizon line move. No white sails appear tonight, but I keep the oil in the lamp. Waiting is a form of breath. I love like winter rivers. I love like winter rivers, slow, unbroken beneath the ice. I stay long after warmth forgot my name. I am the shore, always the shore, the weight that holds the sea. I do not need to fly to know where you are. I know where you are. My soul is a heavy stone, settled in the deep. Loyalty has no sound. It is the way the mountains lean, never asking for a reward or a hand to hold the peak. I am the rhythm of the tide. The storm breaks its teeth on me, but I do not move an inch, but I do not move an inch. I remember the shape of your face, like a map carved in the dark. Attention is my only prayer. Let the world go loud, let the fires burn away. I will be the cold earth, I will be the final road, leading you back home. I am the shore, always the shore, the weight that holds the sea. I do not need to fly to know where you are. I know where you are. My soul is a heavy stone, settled in the deep. Still here, still here. The river runs beneath, I stay long after the warmth forgot my name. sun rising from the road. The dashboard is a steady shade of blue. I am switching speeds without looking down, tracing the distance on a folded map. They said I was thunder, too loud for their glass houses, but I was only listening to cry, was only listening to cracks forming in the ceiling. I heard the tension in the foundation long before the first stone fell. Driving west until the asphalt meets the sky. My denim jacket is rough against my arms. I never learned how to turn the volume low. The radio is catching waves from far away, bringing back the melodies we used to know, when the world felt like an open screen. There is a wolf heart beating in my chest. She doesn't have the patience for the lies. Every nerve is a wire pulled tight and thin. She isn't wild, she's just calibrated right, watching the needle move across the dial, waiting for the truth to finally break through. I am not too much, I am just too accurate. I see the jagged lines you try to hide. I feel the heat before the first spark. I feel the heat before the first spark. It is not a burden, it is a perfect lens, focusing on the edge of the world. Too much, too accurate. The engine cools in the desert night. So quiet now. Silence is the loudest sound I know. I finally found the right frequency, to hear my own pulse in the dark. I am not too much, I am just too accurate. I see the jagged lines you try to hide. I feel the heat before the first spark. I feel the heat before the first spark. It is not a burden, it is a perfect lens, focusing on the edge of the world. Too much, too accurate. Too much, too accurate. Reframing the storm. No more apologies for the lightning. Too much, too accurate. stop, hold it, push back, cold blood, breathing, check, steady pulse, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. When I go quiet, it is not surrender, not surrender. The turning inward, absolute control. It is the forest, the wild, measuring your footsteps, steps, 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 measuring the distance, the assessment, the check, the assessment now. Predator, patience, track the beat, lock it down. Hard ground, hard truth, no escape. Everything, thing waits, evaluation. Right now, decision space, the absolute point. Check the weight, check the strike, the hammer drops. It is the forest, the wild, measuring your footsteps, steps, 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 measuring the distance, the assessment, the check, the assessment now. Now, the still point, inside the storm. Everything stops, everything waits, the internal reckoning. Inward, deep, 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 measuring footsteps, steps, the assessment. Watch, wait, wait. The air has turned white, ate so white. It stayed so then fall to ash. Do not build bonfires after you let the cold in. I do not need flames, I need warmth. I want the low light moving across the floor, slow and sure, like the ice slides, like the ice slides. Wait for the wind to fail, wait for the sky to clear. The noise is too much. No more grand displays, no more sudden heat. Just stay in the room. Let the day stay level. Do not build bonfires after you let the cold in. I do not need flames, I need warmth. Just the sun on the wall, slow. I need warmth. Gray light on the fur, the iron is hard, the ice is hard, the breath is slow. In the white air, the sky is moving, the earth is still. I left like snowfall, unnoticed, until the landscape changed. No door slammed, only distance. is wide. I am elsewhere, a curve in the line, turning into mist, falling into deep. The shift is done. The world of the deep, turning into mist, falling into the deep. Wolf heart, walking west, under the heavy sky. No marks in the frost, no sound in the bone, no sound in the bone. The sovereign way, only distant. The landscape changes, unnoticed until the end. So still, I kept it all in, heart like a fist, waiting for the end, the end. Then you cleared away. Through the thick, no more narrow path, no more heavy weight. The forest opens up, it opens up for us. The forest opens up, it opens up for us. softly moved aside, lighted a ride where Brayson used to live. My hands are open, my lungs are full, the walls are gone. Wet dirt in the air, fresh air in my chest. The ground is soft now, the ground stays quiet. The forest opens up, it opens up for us. The forest opens up, it opens up for us. It opens up. The space is all we have. The space is all we have. The space is here. The space is all we have.